Is your light shining brightly, or is it being dimmed or filtered through something else? I'm Dr. Keshia Keith, and I'm a licensed professional counselor, licensed clinical mental health counselor, and you are moving forward with me today. In the world today, a lot of times we experience a lot of ways that our lights are sometimes shining brightly, sometimes being dimmed by other things and other people around us. How are you able to allow your light to continue to shine? What are the things that you are doing in order to keep yourself and your gifts at the forefront? Or are you finding yourself going back and creeping back into the darkness and trying to figure out exactly how much of yourself you give to people or how little of yourself you give to people? Because I get it. A lot of times we are in spaces where we feel like we have to sometimes not be that person that is at the center of attention. We are like, okay, I hate those people. They get on my nerves. And hate is such a strong word. We will say, I dislike those people who are always so out there and always so extra. But what is wrong with being extra? If extra means that you are showing up and being who you need to be, doing what you need to do when you need to do it, that you are displaying and demonstrating the gifts that are inside of you, and you are not allowing your light to be shut off. You're not allowing it to be able to be like this, because this gives no illumination. This does not identify or project anything. You are allowing yourself to be really, really dimmed down for the sake of other people. Or maybe you feel like, okay, what I do or who I am or whatever connections I have, that they're no different than other people. There is nothing extraordinary about me. Are there things about you that make you extraordinary? Absolutely there are. Your fingerprint is different from everybody else's in the world, and there are billions of people in this world. So in that sense, you are extraordinary. There are things that only you can put your finger on and impact it in a way. There are things that only you can touch that are impacted, that will grow, and that will produce a seed that will allow flourishing and allow others to grow, allow them to learn and gain insight that maybe they would not have gained otherwise. But it is up to us to be able to be in a space where we are allowing that light to shine. But maybe you don't want to be in the forefront. Maybe you don't want to be in the spotlight. Nobody's saying you have to go and be on stage or be in places where you are just automatically going to be surrounded or the attention and focal point of millions or thousands of people. No one is saying that. But the light that you have, how are you allowing it to be seen? How are you showing up? Because showing up sometimes means that all you're doing really is giving a kind word or an encouragement, allowing somebody to see that the world is not as garbage and trash as they think it might be every day. There may be garbage and trash situations, but what? A lot of times those garbage and trash situations are really an opportunity to grow, an opportunity for you to gain strength, an opportunity for you to learn something. Learn something and be different than you were the day before. Those are the gaining grounds, the tools, and those things that you need in order to be able to allow your light to start to illuminate, to start to shine. Those are simple. It can start with a simple hello. How are you doing? And even if that hello is to yourself, you can just say hello, good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, handsome. You woke up this morning. That makes you important. That makes you extraordinary, because not a lot of people can say that. There are some people who were not on the wake up list, unfortunately, but you are here. So show up and shine your light. But what prevents you from shining your light? Do you understand who you are? Do you understand your value? Do you understand your worth? Because a lot of times I'll tell people that you are not on clearance. So don't put yourself on the clearance rack. Don't devalue who you are. Don't devalue what you represent and what you bring into a space, because that very thing could be the key ingredient that can help someone else get free or help someone else understand how to better do life. It is in these moments that we can gain the opportunity to be able to be strength for others as we are growing through. Because none of us have it all together if we are absolutely honest, but we understand that we still continue to forge forward. We continue to allow ourselves to seek out purpose, to identify what that really is. And a part of that is, what does your light represent? What in the darkness is it illuminating? What is it making better? What is it making brighter just because you are here? Sometimes that means that you are showing up. You might give someone a hug. You might give someone a smile, because a lot of times we can walk through life and not think that anybody sees us, anybody thinks about us, anybody cares about us. When in reality, there are a lot of people who are glad you are here. But while you are giving them, you don't forget to save some for yourself, because you are supposed to allow the cup to be filled. And when it overflows, you give out from the overflow, not from the cup, because the cup means that you are becoming depleted and dehydrated. And if you are becoming depleted and dehydrated, you can't give anyone anything, because an empty cup never quenches the thirst. So you are not able to allow that refresh, that recharge to take place within you if you are giving and not keeping anything for yourself. But looking at yourself and understanding, my light is important because fill in the blank. It can be any number of things. Why is your light important? What makes what you do, who you are, how you show up in the world important? What do you appreciate about that? Because if you don't appreciate what it is that you bring to the table, how will you expect others to appreciate what you bring? What is within you? What are your genuine, true characteristics? If you could be for yourself all the things that you need to be, what would that look like? Ask yourself that question. If I could be everything I needed to be to myself, what would that really look like? Where am I not allowing that light to shine for fully see who I am, fully see what I do, fully see how I am loved, fully see how I am important, fully see how I am fearfully and wonderfully made? What is that thing that is hindering that light? What is covering that light? What is that? What's covering it? What is this? What is this thing here that is covering the light for you? What is preventing you from loving who you are? Maybe some of you have experienced a lot of difficult times, a lot of trauma. And in that trauma, it has chipped away at you bit by bit. So now you feel like you are less than. You feel like some things were taken from you. They may very well have been. What do you still have left? What can you still see about your life that is important, that has value, because you are here? What do you know about your purpose, and decide to be on this earth? Do yourself a favor and start to hold business meetings with yourself. Once a week, hold a business meeting with yourself and identify what it is that you need. Identify how you will do things in that week that will give you the refresh, that will pour into you. How will you look at your week and strategically see what it is that you need to do less of and what it is that you need to do more of? Because in some ways, you are losing yourself, and your self-value and your ability to shine your light is diminishing because you are not allowing that space for growth. You are on go from dusk till dawn. And if that is the case, then you have not refreshed anywhere in your day, and you are at this point walking and working and operating on fumes, and we already know in that car, empty is not enough. It does not mean you have enough gas. It means that you are on empty. And ding, 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 those bells should go off to say, I have to intentionally be in a place where I am able to create and block off time in my calendar so that I can give myself what I need, so that I can refresh myself and recharge myself. Is that easy? Sometimes not. Because if you are not used to doing a thing, you will continue to do what you've been doing. But if you are continuing to do what you have been doing over and over and over again, and you are expecting a different result, then that is called insanity. Because if nothing changes, then nothing changes. And you will be in a trap, in a cycle, like that hamster on the wheel. You think you're going because you're going moving real fast, going nowhere but around and around and around in that same circle. It is necessary that you take time to unplug. That, yes, I know you are looking at this video right now. At some point in your day, you still must unplug. You still must stop looking at and scrolling on your phone to look at the latest reel or the latest story or the latest whatever, and just allow yourself to be. That is going to make all the difference for you, because that continuing to scroll, it is going to just lull you, and it is going to take away time that you didn't realize that you had to be able to do something that is constructive and productive towards the upbuilding of you, towards the encouraging of you, towards the empowering of you. Your schedule might not be my schedule. It has to be doable for you. Anything that we do when it comes to goals, they have to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-stamped. It needs to be specific for you. How am I going to look at and measure my progress? Is it doable? Is that possible? Can I actually accomplish these things? If I give myself a span of time, say I give myself 2 months to have created at least 30 minutes in my schedule once a week to be able to just unplug and just really just listen to nothing and close my eyes and reset myself. Is it realistic? Because do I have that 30 minutes once a week in my schedule? If I realistically don't, what can I do? Can I do every other week? Can I do once a month? Whatever it is, it needs to be something that you can do consistently, because that consistent part is what is going to be impactful and make all the difference for you. Are you doing the things that are helping you to refresh? Because that is what is going to be important so that you can help others. Because that's a part of your oxygen mask on you first before you attempt to go and help others, right? Like they say on the airplane. Making sure that you are doing those things, because these become key and they become necessary. But it all is just to make sure that your light is shining bright and it is not being covered up or filtered by anything else, because you know who you are and you shine brightly. You shine brightly every day. You show up. You allow yourself to set boundaries. You know what is enough for you. And it doesn't have to be enough for everybody else, but what is enough for you, because that is what is going to make all the difference in the world. I am in beautiful Dominican Republic, and I am hosting my retreat. It is called the Drop Your Bags Retreat. I host this every June, and we are having a wonderful time. We are enjoying ourselves. We are doing some self-care, and we are figuring out how we are going to drop these bags so that when we come back, we will have a refreshed, a recharged, and a refueled and refocused perspective so that we can face those challenges that we have, but we find them and we meet them with a changed mind, with a renewed love for ourselves and how we are going to not always say me first, but me also, because I am important. I am necessary. You ever want to catch up with me and see what's going on with the retreats and those things? Go to www.interruptyourlife.com, and that's INNERRUPT, yourlife.com. You all, if you liked anything about this, if it encouraged you, inspired you, or uplifted you, be sure to like, be sure to share, because we want to continue to keep this conversation going. And be sure to watch the next video. You all have the most amazing day.